Okay children, here I am with you with the lesson what we have finished just now. Oliver asked for more. So in that lesson we are going to the next part. What I have said you to discuss is the vocabulary. What vocabulary part we learn from this lesson, let's see. So before that I would like you people to read that vocabulary part what you have in your textbook children. See, page number 21, the vocabulary, just give a reading. Before I start, pause this video children and give a reading, page number 21, the vocabulary part, and we will continue. Okay, understand? Please follow my guidance so that you understand what I am going to or what we are going to learn here. Okay, so I hope, shall we continue children? I hope you have paused and let's start. You have given a reading, so let's start. So here, before I introduce to the topic what is the vocabulary part we are going to learn, here I have written a sentence children. Say, beware of the man-eating tiger. And here same sentence, beware of the man-eating tiger. Both the sentence, is teacher gone mad or what? She is writing the same sentence and saying different. Do you think so? See, if you observe very carefully, here man eating I have used in hyphen. What this called children? Hyphen. Yes, hyphen. So you understand, no? Small dash hyphen, or what it is called as a hyphen. H-Y-P-E-N, hyphen. Okay. So what is the difference between these two sentences children? Read it once again. Beware of the man-eating tiger. Beware of the man-eating tiger. So if you see, the first sentence suggests us that we have to be aware, means we have to be careful of the man who is eating tiger. See, man eating tiger. Man is eating tiger here. It means here man is eating tiger. This sentence, the first sentence means that the man is eating tiger. The next sentence, beware of the man, with a little hyphen here, means tiger likes to eat humans. Man eating tiger. This means there is a lot of difference between when I put a hyphen here. Man eating tiger and here man eating. So here if you see both here, tiger. Tiger suggests what? It is a noun. What it is? A noun. Yes or no? So, anyways, this man eating, what is it is describing this noun. Yes? So, this becomes what? Adjective. You know, no? Have you forgotten our, what do you call the parts of speech part children? Do you remember? 8 types of parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective. Noun, what is a noun? Naming things. Adjective, describing noun. The words which describes the quality of a noun is called an adjective. So here tiger, what kind of tiger it is? Man eating tiger. That means tiger likes to eat human. But here, though I haven't, because I haven't inserted a hyphen here, so this sentence means that beware of the man eating tiger. That means the man is eating tiger, someone. So here totally the meaning of the sentence change with the little presentation of that hyphen. Don't you think so? Yes? Right. How does the small hyphen plays an important role in changing the whole sentence meaning? Because here that hyphen suggests us a grammar part, or what you call the vocabulary what we are going to deal with. What is here? It represents the compound adjectives. So whenever we are describing a noun with hyphenated adjectives, that means more than one adjective which we replace with the hyphen, where we represent that with the hyphen, that becomes compound adjective. What is compound adjective? So I hope you get children our vocabulary name is today what you are learning is compound, sorry children, compound adjective. What is compound adjective, children? Compound adjective is nothing but where more than one adjectives are represented with represented hyphenatedly. Represented by using hyphens. Those adjectives are called as compound adjectives. Do you understand here, children? Really? So that's why before the difference I have shown you with the representing two examples here. The same sentence where the first one I haven't represented with a hyphen, but here. So how? Beware of the man eating tiger. That means the man is eating a tiger, you have to beware of the man. You see, beware of the man eating tiger, when we represent with a hyphen, that means the tiger likes to eat human, man here. That you have to be aware of the what? Tiger. Here the be aware of the man. How both the meaning of the sentence changes with a small hyphen. So those, when we want to represent compound adjectives, where you want to highlight your noun with more than one adjective, then you have to represent with hyphen. Okay, and those adjectives, that means this part is called compound adjective as it is represented with adjectives. What is adjective? Man eating. How is the tiger? Man-eater tiger, likes to eat a human. Understand, children? That is what we are going to see, that what means a compound adjective. What are compound adjective, children? The adjectives. Adjective means the qualities of the noun. When we represent that with a hyphen, that more than one adjectives where we have to write in a sentence, and when we represent with where we present it with a small hyphenated one, that means it is compound adjective, describing, modifying the noun. When the adjectives are described with the hyphen, when the nouns are described with more than one adjectives by hyphenating, by using hyphens, then those adjectives are called as compound adjectives. Understand, children? Really? Are you able to get this? Sure? See here. So here I have given one more example. You can see snakes and other reptiles are cold-blooded animals. How are the snakes and other reptiles are? Cold-blooded. So what is the noun you have? Animals here. This is the noun. It is explained how they are cold-blooded animals. So here cold and blooded represent with a small hyphen, because this is describing how the snakes and other reptiles, animals are. Okay. So how they are cold-blooded. So this cold-blooded becomes our adjective, because it is describing the noun. But which kind of adjective? Because it is represented with the hyphen, it becomes our compound adjective. Understand? Because of this small hyphen. See how the small hyphen plays an important role over there. Whenever you want to represent more than one adjective to describe the noun in the sentence, then you have to hyphenate to give the exact and correct meaning. Okay, so then it becomes your compound adjectives. Or else your sentence meaning will totally change, as if our first example. One more example, children, let's see. So if you see here, the 36-year-old baseball player retired. If you see here, what is our noun? Baseball player. We are talking about a player who plays baseball. Baseball player. Okay. So what happened? So which are the adjective representing here? 36-year-old, and that is hyphenated. So 36 hyphenated year, hyphenated old. So old, year, 36. All these three represents adjectives, and I for hyphenated, so it becomes our compound adjectives. And to representing baseball player. Understand here, children? So the adjective where you are describing the noun, where you are representing the adjective more than one, then when you are hyphenating it, then it represents a compound adjective. So compound adjective can be, when I say adjective, more than one adjective. So what are the parts they carry together? Let us see. Okay, so here if you see here one representation of number with a noun. So what are the adjective parts? It can be represented with more than one, I said, no. So it can be represented with number. For example, 5 minute with a hyphen, 5 minute. 5 becomes your number and noun, singular noun here. So I mean the compound, what are the compound we can add with the adjectives? Okay, see here, it can, the compound adjectives could be a noun with a number with a noun. For example, 5 minute, for example 3 hour, 5 minute, 3 hour, 2 second, my play was just of 2 minute play. The video class I attended today was of 6 minute. So when you represent like that with a hyphenated, it means, so it can be a number and with a noun after that. Okay. Then the next one you see, it could be adjective with a noun. So like last minute hyphenated, full length, long sleeved. Okay. So here see, full length, last minute with the adjective with a noun. So here last represent your adjective and noun minute, full adjective, length noun. See, combination of compound in compound adjectives. What are the combination you can take? Number with a noun, adjective with a noun. Let's see the next one here, children. Adjective with the present participle. Do you understand, children? Present participle, nothing but to the verb when we add ing. Present verb plus ing to it will give you a present participle. For example, adjective good, present participle looking. My friend is a good looking guy. See, good looking. So here this is your present participle with ing verb. Okay. Next you see, quick thinking. What it is? Quick thinking. Another example where quick is your adjective and present participle thinking. Next you can represent. So here the third one could be adjective with the present participle. So then it could be a noun with the present participle. For example, mouth watering. Mouth watering. Noun, mouth. Present participle, watering. My mother prepared mouth watering bhajis, pakodas. Yes, you can describe. The next part could be noun plus adjective. The next combination, noun plus adjective. See here, with this combination means that compound adjective could be like this. So the only the middle part, if you see this, when hyphenated, how this hyphenated, what are the combinations you can represent, how you can describe. When you say compound adjective, so all is more than one. How the noun, in the numbers, how it is representing together to form a compound adjective. These are the phrases you can. So with a number with a singular noun, with adjective with a singular noun, with a noun, then adjective with present participle also can come under compound adjective. Then noun with a present participle also can come under compound adjective. Then noun with adjective. For example, world famous. Sachin Tendulkar is a world famous cricketer. World, noun, adjective, famous. My father is a world famous writer. Okay, the next, then you can represent compound adjective with a noun plus past participle. Children, past participle, the V3 verb form. For example, see, powered, dried. For example, noun, wind powered, sun dried. So here, wind is representing noun, sun is representing noun. And what are the adjective, past participle? How? Together these are compound adjective. Together. So to form a compound adjective, what are the combinations we can use? You can understand from this. So please note down in your classwork, children, this grammar part, what is a compound adjective and how you can identify with the hyphenated adjectives. Then what are the combination we can use to form a compound adjective? So here noun plus past participle, nothing but V3 form of the verb we have seen. The next it could be adverb plus past participle, that means well known, highly respected. Yes, our chairman ma'am is highly respected in our society. That means, so adverb, highly, well, these are representing adverb. Past participle, they are representing known, respected. Okay, that could be your another phrase you can use. The next combination we can see adjective plus past participle. How the combination of adjective with a past participle, that means V3 form of the verb, children. Here see, old fashioned, ready made. So this can be used with the adjective with the past participle. Old fashioned, ready made, these are the two examples what I have given. With this many you can get such words with the help of your dictionary. We can wear adjective, we can you can find a correct adjective which suits to the past participle. So these are the combinations what you have to remember. The first one, number with a noun, singular noun, then adjective with a noun. Then what you can use is here adjective plus present participle, then noun with the present participle, then noun with adjective, noun with past participle, adverb with past participle and adjective with past participle. I hope you understand. Very simple for the children to understand compound adjective, nothing but the adjectives which are hyphenated. So normally those hyphenated adjectives, what are the combination? I explained you which combination we can get. So when you from just one homework I give you today, read your lesson. There are many compound adjectives. Find out from your lesson, underline it. Okay, children. So I hope you have understood. If you go through this, if you do not, please let me know and prepare the notes for this. So whatever you understand, you can represent it and solve the vocabulary part what is given in your textbook, children. That vocabulary part, read, understand and do it. Okay, children, we'll see. We'll continue next.